Storm Industries.
Okay, so here comes the opponent of Henry Osborne Price Jones, Isaac the Reaper Dean, coming out of Storm MMA Hume, training out of Storm Osher, Danny Weir and Mark DeRouge. Once again, big showing tonight for this title fight. Welterweight, 77 kilos, 5 3-minute rounds. This is going to be an absolute barn burner, Ben. Two good teams. We've seen this rivalry evolve even over this night.
In contrast to what we saw of Henry, a grappler coming into the cage, we now have Isaac, a team that is coming out of Storm MMA, a team that has demonstrated strong striking skills throughout the evening. Jackson the Don Donnelly put on a devastating display of boxing skills earlier, taking the quick win over Jackson Stanford. Isaac the Reaper coming in against Henry Osborne Jones. This is a classic striker versus grappler matchup. That said, it's never quite the same as it used to be. Every athlete in this cage has a well-rounded skill set. No one's going to be...
One thing we have seen out of the GMAA guys, though, is consistent aggression. Whether it was Cheveo Abanui earlier in the night, our second fight of the night, came out hard, didn't go his way. Hayden Ellis came in with a terrific rear naked choke submission earlier night out of GMMA. And David Sturgis, obviously, in that light heavyweight bout. Once again, out of that GMAA club from Goulburn. A tough contingent looking to come out with the goods against Isaac the Reaper Dean of Storm MMA tonight.
And here comes Isaac into the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The co-main of the evening. That's right, the gold is on the line. 5 rounds in the Storm demonstration for the vacant Master Welterweight State Championship. Fighting out of the blue corner, his name is Rapper. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 75.8 kilos.
Okay, so we have Henry Osborne, Price Jones coming out GMAA Goulburn versus Isaac the Reaper Dean out of Storm MMA to be officiated by Vaughan Duncan. Interesting matchup here, two tough fighters. Henry Osborne, Price Jones, a self-proclaimed Texas Longhorn breeder and a tree climber. We'll see how that transfers into the MMA cage here tonight. And here we go. And we're seeing almost a karate look out of Henry Osborne, Price Jones here. Very side stance, Ben.
Yeah, he's been watching a lot of Conor McGregor by the looks of him.
Does he have the effectiveness of Conor McGregor might be the interesting point.
Oh, big left there from Isaac, putting Henry on the back foot.
And important to note, Isaac Dean coming off in a very impressive knockout win in the last Storm Damage, a counter check left hook that he was able to land in the last Storm Damage. Let's see if he's able to come up with something similar here. Very quick fighter, good footwork. And Isaac the Reaper Dean looking to have some success here. Looks a lot more comfortable than he has in earlier. The experience starting to show here, Ben.
Yeah, both fighters very relaxed, experienced inside the cage. Even as they find their rhythm, they just put pressure and damage on one another, taking every little advantage they can find. Oh, and a slip.
Oh, big right hand. And again, this is what I talked about, Ben. It's surprising, but this guy seems to have one-shot power. And you can see big damage, huge damage. And Isaac, the Reaper Dean, has lived up to his name with an early stoppage of Henry Osborne, Price Jones here in the first round. Title fight, 5 rounds, forget about it. He only needs one. It's all dusted. It's all over. Forget about it. It's all done.
As Henry slipped off a kick, came straight back up looking for action. But Isaac there was there to greet him. Dropped it with a heavy right hook, I think. Put him
Once
down.
again, it is this counter shot. It's very similar to what we saw him land in the last Storm Damage, Ben. Coming off the back foot, but able to time. More timing than power, I would say, Ben. Just beautifully landed precision shot. And they're the ones that hurt you. You're not expecting to get hit, and it's crisp. And there we saw the effect, and it was beautifully closed down on the ground by Isaac the Reaper Dean. Great fight.
Yes, he had the experience to stay on, keep the pressure going, force the referee to finish the fight. At the title fight level, a referee, as long as a fighter is in the game, will give you time to work. But Isaac forced his hand, relentless barrage of strikes, forcing him to come in over the top and finish the fight.
Well, it's impressive. Look, I can recall back a number of fights back seeing Isaac D come around. Always had the footwork, really move, really was on his bites, well, hard to hit. But what we've seen over the last few fights,
Storm Industries.